Disrespect never announces itself with a roar. It begins as a whisper, a smirk, a subtle tone, a quiet jab wrapped in humor. Ignore it once and the war is already lost. Most people laugh it off, thinking it will fade on its own. But they're wrong. Machiavelli understood what most never do. Respect isn't earned, it's enforced. When someone disrespects you, they're not merely insulting your pride. They're testing your power. They're asking, "Are you worth fearing?" And every time you let it slide, your silence answers no. The truth is, people who get walked on aren't always weak. They simply don't understand the game. They believe kindness is protection, that turning the other cheek is noble. But in a world where respect is currency, blind niceness paints you as prey. It tells predators, "You can attack me. I won't fight back." Today, we dive into the darkest and most effective way to handle disrespect, not through rage, not through tantrums, but through cold, calculated composure, the kind that makes others think twice before crossing you. We'll explore 5 ruthless psychological strategies that transform how people treat you. These aren't feel-good phrases. They're field-tested methods that work in the raw theater of life. By the end, you'll understand why silence terrifies, why consistency builds fear, and why true power belongs to those who need nothing from anyone. This isn't about becoming cruel, it's about becoming untouchable. Before we begin, drop this truth in your mind. Disrespect sharpens my awareness. The hidden nature of disrespect doesn't strike like lightning. It seeps in like poison, slow, silent, strategic. It wears the mask of jokes, teasing, or just kidding. It's the coworker who interrupts you, the friend who disguises mockery as humor, the relative who dismisses your opinions like dust in the air. It always begins small, a playful jab, a harmless smirk, a test. If you let it slide, they learn something crucial. You're safe to attack. So the teasing grows sharper, the tone turns colder, the boundaries crumble one smirk at a time. And when you keep tolerating it, thinking you're the bigger person, you're not earning maturity, you're training them. You're teaching them that you're their emotional dumping ground. Machiavelli lived in a world where weakness could end you. He knew people test others constantly, searching for cracks. And silence, at the wrong time, is consent. When you say nothing in the face of disrespect, you're not peaceful, you're participating. When you laugh at jokes that cut you, you're not kind. You're confirming their permission. When you let it go just this once, you're telling them your dignity is negotiable. That's why some are always disrespected, while others command reverence without speaking. It's not luck, it's strategy. Power isn't about strength. It's about understanding how psychology works. Every word, every look, every silence is a negotiation. Most people play checkers. The powerful play chess, thinking 10 moves ahead. Today, you'll learn to play chess. Lesson 1. Silence as a strategy. Your first weapon isn't your voice. It's your silence, but not weak silence, not the kind born from fear or confusion. This is strategic silence, the silence of a commander who observes before striking. When someone disrespects you, don't defend yourself. Don't explain. Don't rush to respond. Just stop. Look directly at them. Let the silence thicken until it chokes the air. In that quiet, their mind unravels. Their words hang like smoke with no wind. They begin to wonder, did I cross a line? They start to feel the weight of their own behavior, and in that discomfort, your power blooms. Most people are terrified of silence. They fill it with nervous laughter, excuses, or guilt. But when you can hold silence like a weapon, steady, unflinching, you own the moment. Machiavelli once said, if we must choose between love and fear, it is safer to be feared than loved. Silence creates that subtle fear, not of violence, but of unpredictability. And unpredictability is power. Next time someone mocks you, don't laugh. Don't fire back. Just stare, calm, unreadable. Let the silence do the speaking. It's the pause before the storm. It's control disguised as calm. And in a world obsessed with noise, the quiet man rules the room. Affirm this truth. My silence speaks louder than words. Lesson 2. Relentless consistency. The second weapon of power is consistency. Weak people set boundaries once and hope they'll be respected forever. Powerful people enforce them every single time. Humans are like water. They flow toward the easiest path. If your walls have cracks, they'll find them. If your standards bend, they'll break. Consistency turns your standards into law. Each time you enforce them, your reputation grows. Each time you make an exception, your authority fades. Want to know why some people command respect effortlessly? Because they respond to disrespect with the same cold precision, always. No exceptions. If someone interrupts you, you stop speaking until they're silent. If someone mocks you, you never laugh. If someone wastes your time, you withdraw your energy. Over time, people learn. They start policing themselves around you because your reaction is predictable and their discomfort inevitable. Machiavelli knew it well. Power is repetition. Respect isn't demanded once, it's maintained daily. The inconsistent man is easy to read, easy to manipulate, easy to exploit. But the consistent one, he's a wall of iron and steady, cold, unshakable. So repeat this to yourself. My standards never bend. Lesson 3. The disproportionate response. Now comes the art of impact. When you're disrespected, don't react equally. React memorably. Ordinary reactions are forgettable. You argue, they argue back. Nothing changes. But when your response is disproportionate, it echoes. A cruel joke is met not with anger, but distance. A dismissive tone is met not with debate, but silence. A betrayal is met not with revenge, but removal. You disappear. You withdraw warmth. You become cold, unreachable, and disinterested. And suddenly, they remember. The goal isn't cruelty, it's consequence. People must associate your disrespect with discomfort. When a friend shows up late, stop inviting them. When someone mocks you publicly, don't joke back. Simply turn away and let the air grow heavy. They expected you to play along. You gave them ice instead. That's how reputations are built, because in a world where everyone reacts emotionally, the one who reacts with measured coldness becomes unforgettable. Repeat this truth. My responses send a clear message. Lesson 4. The dark image. True power isn't loud. It's a presence, an aura that whispers, "Don't test me." Your actions matter, but your image, your energy, speaks first. Before you open your mouth, people already decide how to treat you. You must craft an image of quiet strength, measured tone, steady posture, controlled emotions, a man or woman of deliberate movement and piercing stillness. The powerful don't announce their boundaries. They embody them. Their silence speaks of confidence. Their composure hints at danger. Machiavelli wrote, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few know what you are. So appear as someone untouchable, someone who never chases, never explains, never begs. When you set a boundary, you enforce it once, then move on. When someone withdraws their energy, you don't chase, you observe. Because your time, your attention, your warmth are privileges, not giveaways. Over time, people sense it. They hesitate before crossing you. They measure their words around you, not because you're cruel, but because you're composed. This is how the powerful move through the world, quietly, intentionally, untouchable. Affirm this. My presence commands respect. Lesson 5. The higher Machiavellian strategy. Now comes the final transformation, the moment you stop taking disrespect personally and start seeing it as data. Every act of disrespect is intelligence about someone's soul. Who mocks you when you succeed? That's envy. Who disrespects you in private but flatters you in public? That's deceit. Who rebels when you set boundaries? That's entitlement. Machiavelli said, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. But first, you must identify who's who. And disrespect exposes them. A colleague interrupts you, but never the boss. They see you as beneath them. A friend jokes about your flaws but praises others. They envy you. A relative critiques your choices but celebrates others for the same. They resent you. See, once you read disrespect as information, you stop bleeding emotionally. You no longer think, how could they? You think, thank you for revealing yourself early. Disrespect becomes a filter, a natural detector for who's safe and who's not. Because people who disrespect in small ways will do worse if given the chance. People who test minor boundaries will break bigger ones when it benefits them. So study their patterns. Watch how they treat you versus how they treat others. Their consistency reveals their truth. And when you learn to read people this way, you become emotionally bulletproof. Their behavior no longer wounds you, it informs you. You stop reacting, you start strategizing. They reveal themselves, you adjust your distance, and without a word, you maintain power. Affirm this. Disrespect reveals truth. The psychology behind disrespect now. Understand this final truth. Most disrespect isn't really about you, it's about them. They disrespect to mask insecurity, to assert dominance, to control what they fear in themselves. It's projection wearing armor, but here's their weakness. Most people who dish out disrespect can't endure it themselves. They expect emotional reactions, anger, defense, submission. But when you stay calm, composed, and silent, their entire strategy collapses. They can't handle stillness because stillness mirrors their smallness. When you no longer react emotionally, you flip the script. They lose control. They reveal their fragility. And suddenly, you're the one holding the mirror, showing them who they really are. This is why the methods you've learned, silence, consistency, consequence, image, and intelligence, aren't just tactics. They're transformation. Over time, they rebuild your identity into someone who commands natural respect, someone who never asks for it because their presence makes it inevitable. Low-quality people will drift away, unable to thrive in your atmosphere. High-quality souls will draw near, sensing a standard that mirrors their own. And slowly, your entire world changes. You no longer chase validation. You no longer explain yourself. You no longer flinch at disrespect because you've mastered the darkest art, turning disrespect into power. Every boundary you enforce is a deposit in your reputation. Every silence you hold is an investment in your authority. Every consequence you deliver builds the fortress of your self-respect. And one day, you'll notice you don't have to demand respect anymore. You are respect.